Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So in the series of must do questions for interview, the next question is inversion of array. Now in this question we have to count the number of inversions in an array. Now two elements are said to form an inversion if the element I is greater than element j, that is the element at index I is greater than the element at index j, whereas I is less than j. For example, over here our I is 0 and our j is 1. J is 1. I is less than j, but the element at ith index is greater than the element at jth index. Now in order to solve this question, a very naive approach will be that we will take each element and we will check for all the rest of the elements, but it will have a complexity of order of n square. But this question can be done in order of n log n. This can be done using the merge algorithm. Now in case you don't know what a merge algorithm is, you can first go and see my video on merge algorithm and then come to this video. So let's see how we can use merge algorithm for this question. What we can do is we will take this array. First we'll count the number of inversions in the first half of the array. Then we'll count the number of inversions in the second half of the array. And then we will count the inversions which are due to elements from array 1 and array 2. That is any element from array 1 and any element from array 2. So over here we are going to use our divide and conquer technique. So suppose this is our array A. The starting element is 0 and the end element is 7. So first I will take a call for the array A with starting element 0 and ending element 7. This will take the mid. The mid will be 0 plus 7 by 2. That will come to be 3. It will call for A0 and 3. That is for the first half. Now this is going to call for its mid. That is 0 plus 3 by 2. That will be 1. It will take another call for 0 and 1. Now this will again take another call for A, 0 and 0. Now since an element is sorted in itself and also there is only single element, so there is no inversion in this element. So from here we will return 0 because over here we have no inversion. Now from here we will have another call which will be from 1 to 1, that is mid plus 1 to the j, that is the end of the array. Over here similarly one element is sorted in itself and there will be no inversion, so we will return 0. Now the element over here was 70. The element that we were working over here was 70. And the element we have been working over here is 20. Now over here we will apply merge on these two subarrays. Over here we will apply merge and we will calculate the number of inversions when these two arrays are merged. Now first we will see the rest of the tree and then we will go to the merge algorithm. So from here we will have another call which will be from 2 to 3. This will take another call from 2 to 2 which will return 0. And over here we will have a call from 3 to 3. This will also return 0. Now over here for 2 to 3 the number that we were using was 50 and over here the number was 15. So after merge algorithm works, this will return the total number of merges and even this will return the total number of merges. Now the total number of merges will be the merges we have got from left, that is over here 0, the merges we have got from right plus 0 and plus the number of merges we get from the merge. Now how we will merge them? Now over here, since over here we have 70 and over here we have 20. Now this element is always less than the element on the right. So over here we will see, since 20 is less than 70, that means this is an inversion pair. So the merge algorithm will send 1. That is the merge algorithm encounters one inversion pair, so it will send 1. And since the merge algorithm merges two sorted arrays, it after calling the merge algorithm, our array will become over here 20 and 70. Now from this, over here we will see, since 15 is less than 50, so over here we will return 0 plus 0 plus 1. This 1 is due to this merge, and over here we will have the array 15 and 50. Now we'll have a call for right part. Over here we'll have a call for 4 and 7. Then this will call A for 4 plus 7 is 11 and by 2 is 5. For 4 to 5. This will call for A 4 and 4 and A 5 and 5. This will return 0 and this will return 0. Now over here for the fourth element, the element was 65 and over here the element was 85. Now over here we see that 85 is not less than 65. So over here we return 0 plus 0 plus 0. And the array will be 65 and 85. Now it will call to the right part. Over here we'll have a call for A6 to 7. This will call for A6 to 6 and this will call for A7 to 7. This will return 0 and this will also return 0. The sixth element was 3 and the seventh element was 2. Now over here we will send 0 plus 0 plus. Now since 2 is less than 3, we will send 1 because one inversion pair has been recorded. And the array that will be sent over here is 2 and then 3. Now over here the answer from our right array was 1. The left array was 1. The answer from the right array was 1. Now we need to call merge on these two arrays. Now over here we'll take one element from here. We'll take 15. We'll check if 15 is greater than 20. No. If 15 first we'll check, is 15 less than 20? It says yes. So this means these both are inversion. And since we know that this array is sorted, this means that all the elements occurring from and after 20 are greater than 15. So for 15 we'll have two inversions. Now we'll go to element 50. We'll see if 50 is less than 20. It says no. So we'll check for next element. Is 50 less than 70? It says yes. So all the elements from 70 are greater than 50. Since 70 is over here the last element, so only 1 will be added to it. Now so these are the total number of inversions for the left part, and the array after this process, this step will be 15, 20, 50 and 70. Now coming to the right part. Over here the answer from the left was 0 and from the right was 1, and now we'll apply the merge. Now is 2 less than 65? Yes, it is less than 65. So it will have this array will have elements greater than 2 from and after 65. So over here we'll add plus 2 because the length over here is 2. Now 3 is less than 65, so all the elements over here will be will be greater than 3. So over here we'll again add a 2, and the array after this merge will be 2, 3, 65 and then 85. Now over here at the last step, the answer from our left array was 5 plus the right array also gave our answer 5. Now we are going to merge these two arrays. I took element 2. Is it less than 15? Yes, it is less than 15. Since it is less than 15, so it will be less than all these elements. So we will add 4. This 4 has come due to this 2. Then I will take the next element, that is 3. Is 3 less than 15? Yes, it is less than 15. So all these elements will be an inversion with 3. So plus 4. This 4 is due to this 3. Now I will check for 65. Is 65 less than 15? No. Is it less than 20? No. Is it less than 50? No. Is it less than 70? Yes. So now only one element is left. So we'll add 1. This 1 is because of 65. Now the last element is 85. 85 is not less than any of the element. So nothing will be added. It will give 0. So and after this merge, the array will be 2, 3, 15, 20, 50, 65, 70 and 85, and the total number of inversions will be 10 plus 8 plus 1, 19. So this array has 19 number of inversions. So now let's code this question. So first I will be needing an array. Then I will get my answer using a function known as count, in which I will send my array its initial index, the starting index and the final index, and this will be my answer, so I'll print it. So now let's write the count function. It will have 3 arguments. One is an array, then the starting index, then the ending index. Now I will get an answer from the left part. So first I have to find my mid. So over here I'll send my array and the first half of the array. Then I'll get an answer from the right part. And I'll send the second half of the array. Then I'll get another answer from my merge algorithm, in which I'll send the 2 halves of the array, and the final answer will be the sum of these 3, left plus right plus merge. And in case if my I is equals to j, that is only one element is there, we'll simply return 0. Now we have to just write the merge algorithm. Over here my merge algorithm will send an integer type answer, will take an array and 3 integers, that is the starting index, the middle index and the end index. Now for this we will since if you have seen the merge algorithm video, we know that merge algorithm works for order of n only if it is we use it as outplace algorithm, that is we take help of an external array in order to store our answer. So over here I'll have an array, that is our helper array, in which whose length will be the sum of the length of the rest two arrays. So over here it will be this. Now I will have a pointer to my helper array, then I will have a pointer, suppose A, for the first part and B for the second part. Now I will run this loop while A is less than equals to M and B is less than equals to J, that is the end, and M is the end index of the first array and J is the end index of the second array. Now over here we'll check if the element present at the A index, if it is greater than the element present at the B index. This means that there will be an inversion because the index A is on the left part and the index B is on the right part. So over here I'll have to add the number of inversions. My number of inversions will be the length of the first array minus the index at which the inversion has been found plus 1. Plus 1 is only in order to get the total number of elements. So over here the last index is M minus A plus 1, and then we'll add the smaller element in the help array. So the smaller element is B. So here I've added the second element. Else, this means no inversion has been found, and I will just simply add the element at A index. Now since we know there can be a possibility that elements from one array has been finished and some elements from the other array has been left, so we'll just add those elements. Okay, so after this part, the help array has the result of the sorted array. So we have to also update it in the main array. If we do not update it in the main array, then these recursive calls might give us wrong answer. So over here I'll again make my h to 0, and then while I is less than equals to j, I'll just update these indexes with the sorted elements. And once this is done, I'll return the answer. So let's run the code. See, the total inversions we have got is 19. Let's try for some other input. Now for this input we'll have one inversion from this and two from these, 3. Then this will give fourth inversion, fifth, sixth and seventh. So our answer from this should be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Yes, even 3 and 2 were an inversion. So our answer is correct. So this was all for today's video. In case you have any doubt, you can leave a comment down below. Also, if you want me to solve any particular question of yours, you can write that question in the comment section with hashtag #CodeMyQuestion. I will also be leaving the link to this solution from my GitHub account. It will be in the description box. Also, if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.